Authorities say most of these people are either Rollin 60's gang members or had connections to the gang. The investigation by Aurora Police, the FBI, and the DA's office started in 2012 following a spike in violent crimes in Aurora.
Prosecutors say 13 members of a violent gang now face over 250 charges. Grand jury indicting the group last month. Investigators say they are part of a criminal street gang that is responsible for 18
members of an alleged street gang indicted by a Jeffco grand jury. They're accused of running an organized crime ring for the last decade. All 6 are alleged members of the Gallant Knights Insane
Law
gang.
enforcement operations in Colorado have exposed the activities of multiple street gangs, including FBP, 2DS, Blitz Gang official, MS-13, Gallant Knights Insane, and the Rolling 60s, who have been involved in violent crimes across the Denver metro area. These gangs have engaged in illegal activities such as drive-by shootings, drug trafficking, assault, robbery, and deletion. Led by multi-agency task forces like the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network, RAVEN, these investigations have resulted in numerous indictments and arrests, with hundreds of felony charges brought against gang members. Each gang's operations have posed significant threats to public safety, prompting coordinated responses from law enforcement agencies to dismantle these criminal enterprises.
Now to a crime alert, and 10 members of a street gang have been indicted by a grand jury. This group is linked to 14 incidents around Denver. Most of them are drive-by shootings. The indictment resulted in 114 federal charges. The group is accused of shooting into homes and cars.
New tonight out of Denver, a grand jury indicted 10 people over 100 felony counts. Follows a 2-year investigation by RAVEN, the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network. The indictment says all 10 are members of a street gang called Few But Plenty, may be part of a series of drive-by shootings of rivals.
After a 2-year investigation by the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network, a Denver grand jury has indicted 10 individuals on 114 felony counts for alleged crimes involving 47 victims. The indictment identifies the individuals as members of a criminal street gang known as FBP, Few But Plenty. These individuals are believed to be responsible for 14 separate incidents involving 47 victims in the Denver metro area, primarily through drive-by shootings targeting rivals, stated Denver District Attorney Beth McCann. The investigation, dubbed Operation Ricochet, due to the large number of drive-by shootings involved and the threat they pose to surrounding communities, has led to this major breakthrough. The Denver District Attorney's Office will prosecute the 10 defendants in Denver District Court.
Prosecutors say 13 members of a violent gang now face over 250 charges. Grand jury indicting the group last month. Investigators say they are part of a criminal street gang that is responsible for 18 shootings, including Commerce City and Denver, and targeted members of rival gangs.
The grand jury has indicted 13 individuals on 255 felony counts following a multi-year investigation by the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network. These individuals face criminal charges from the Denver District Attorney's Office for alleged crimes involving 113 victims. According to the indictment, the defendants are all members of a street gang called 2DS, Too Damn Smooth, Too Damn Self-Made, or Too Damn Styling. They are accused of violating Colorado's Organized Crime Control Act and being involved in 18 shootings, including dangerous drive-by incidents that endangered innocent bystanders. One of these shootings resulted in the demise of Jesus Duran Maldonado in Commerce City on February 26, 2022, while another led to the demise of Christian Carino Salazar in Denver on May 28, 2022. In addition, the defendants face charges of attempted deletion, aggravated motor vehicle theft, assault, menacing, and robbery. These individuals are believed to have shared a common goal of committing violence, primarily targeting rival gangs, to gain notoriety and assert dominance in their neighborhoods. The Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network, RAVEN, carried out a multi-agency operation early Tuesday morning, resulting in the arrest of 7 individuals as part of a Colorado Organized Crime Control Act investigation. This 2-year investigation centered on 12 suspects, all members of a criminal organization known as Blitz Gang official. These suspects, the sole members of the gang, collectively face more than 300 criminal charges related to numerous violent crimes across the Denver metro area. Dubbed Operation Family Ties, the coordinated effort involves SWAT teams from the Aurora Police Department, Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, and Denver Police Department. One suspect barricaded himself inside his home when officers arrived and later met his demise by suicide. In addition to the arrests, officers seized a significant cache of weapons, including 2 fully automatic AR-15 rifles, a Draco AK-47 style assault pistol, 2 silencers, and 9 handguns. Two of the handguns were equipped with illegal switches or autosears, which convert semi-automatic firearms into fully automatic weapons. Members of the Ms. 13th Street Gang, along with their associates and drug suppliers, were arrested following 2 federal grand jury indictments as announced by the Justice Department and the Metro Gang Task Force. These arrests marked the culmination of a 3-year investigation into one of the most notorious gangs in the nation. The U.S. Attorney's Office secured indictments against 20 defendants, charging them with various drug and firearm-related crimes. Simultaneous arrests were also made in Los Angeles. The investigation also uncovered drug distribution extending into a California state prison. According to the indictments, Ms. 13 gang members Gerardo Lopez, aka Clever or G-Man, 31 of Denver, and Jose Garcia Sanchez, aka Cutracho, 26 of Aurora, were key figures in a conspiracy to distribute. The distribution took place on the streets of Metro Denver and within California's High Desert State Prison. Some defendants are also facing charges of illegal firearm possession.
Members of an alleged street gang indicted by a Jeffco grand jury. They're accused of running an organized crime ring for the last decade. All 6 are alleged members of the Gallant Knights Insane gang. Prosecutors say they sold drugs and targeted rival gang members. Jimmy Valenzuela, the alleged leader, and his brother are accused of trying to kill a man at a Lakewood bar last February because they believed he was a snitch.
Insane, GKI, is a long-established gang from West Denver, with roots tracing back to the early 1970s. Originally known as the La Pond Boys, the group was based around West 9th and La Pond. Internal conflicts led to a split, creating 2 factions, GKI and Inca Boys. The rivalry between these 2 groups resulted in the indictment of many GKI members and the eventual disappearance of the Inca Boys. Despite these setbacks, GKI grew in influence, especially within the prison system, where they established their own prison car. Today, GKI remains one of Denver's most prominent gangs, despite past indictments. 3 members of the gang were convicted by a Jefferson County jury on charges of organized crime and attempt. The convictions are tied to violent crimes committed in the Metro Denver area and Jefferson County over the past 11 years. 3 brothers were identified as leaders of the GKI gang. This was an extremely violent and highly organized street gang whose members targeted witnesses in Jefferson County for deletion, said District Attorney Pete Weir in the release. Other members of GKI are known to have deleted witnesses they suspected of cooperating with law enforcement. The case involved 4 named victims. The investigation began after the February 2014 arrest of Jimmy and Timmy Valenzuela for the attempted deletion of a man at a Lakewood bar. The brothers believed the victim to be a snitch and shot him in the neck, though he survived the attack. That incident was later incorporated into the grand jury indictment.
Developing tonight at 10, a major gang bust going down in the metro area. 24 people arrested, 1 still on the run.
Authorities say most of these people are either Rollin 60's gang members or had connections to the gang. The investigation by Aurora Police, the FBI, and the DA's office started in 2012 following a spike in violent crimes in Aurora. Police are still not saying much about today's raid. We do know that it happened in both the Denver and Aurora areas with the assistance of local agencies. Again, they're still looking for this man. They say that if you see him, don't approach him. He is considered dangerous.
Yesterday morning, law enforcement officers from the Aurora Police Department and various agencies across the Denver metro area arrested 24 men and women following a 2-year investigation into the Rollin 60s, a street gang in Aurora with roots tracing back to Los Angeles. Below is a list of those taken into custody, as well as details about the allegations that led to a 73-count indictment. The investigation began 2 years ago when Aurora police noted an increase in violent crimes, including gang-on-gang violence, robberies, and menacing. These incidents were linked to the Rolling 60s, a gang that originated as a splinter group of the West Side Crips in Los Angeles during the 1970s and expanded to Aurora in the following decade. The charges in the indictment range from theft and failure to remain at the scene of an accident causing serious bodily injury to attempted first-degree deletion. The recent indictments and arrests of gang members across Colorado reflect a concerted effort by law enforcement to curb violent gang activity and restore peace in affected communities. Through strategic, multi-year investigations led by Raven and supported by local and federal agencies, dangerous criminals have been apprehended and their networks disrupted. Although significant progress has been made in combating these violent organizations, ongoing efforts are needed to ensure public safety and to prevent future gang-related violence. The success of these operations serves as a testament to the dedication of law enforcement in protecting citizens from organized crime.